Hello and welcome back, Raiders and Raiderettes. Chesty Puller here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Listen, I'm not a content creator, but I built this team and it is 100% full auto. Now, I just pulled my second Yumeko and I kept thinking about this team and I thought, well, I need somebody for block debuffs, right? And I need somebody for the head of torment to rip off the fear. So Inquisitor Shamel is perfect for that. This is like a leftover things that I don't use. And so I do have an Emic team, but I threw Emic in this team instead. So I've got Emic, two Yumikos, um, Inquisitor Shamel, and then I did just pull Archer. And Archer has a two-turn um, provoke. So that takes care of the head of decay. And then for damage, for hit point burns, block debuffs, and so on and so forth, Ultimate Gaelic. And I kept thinking about this team, and I was like, that team should work. Now, here's my point. None of Shamel is not has no masteries. One of my Yumikos has no masteries. Archer has no masteries. I just got them. I think I just started putting masteries on Ultimate Gaelic. My Emic has masteries. I just finished his masteries for sure, and my other Yumiko has masteries done. In addition to all of this, the second Yumiko had no books. So I used all of my books. It's not a CVC, so I broke my rule. But I really was running out of time, and I needed to get my last key in for for Hydra. And so, by the way, this is Hydra hard. Um, and I was trying to build a Hydra hard team with Trunda, but I just don't have the champions required to do that right now because I've got two other teams, one for Ultra Nightmare, um, or excuse me, Nightmare, Hydra, and and then I have one other team, and so I just was kind of putting these guys together. So this can only get better. Now eventually they do kill my Shamel, I think. And once Shamel dies, then the head of torment kind of like wrecks everything. But it's not speed tuned or anything. I just put it on full auto, and I was I was shocked when I came back around because I just thought, oh, let's just see how it runs on full auto, and I left. And when I came back, I saw everyone was still alive and it was still working. So this is not. I just got lucky with everything that I put together. And at the end, I'll show you my presets. But this will get better once my second Yumiko. I think the part of the reason it falls apart is my second Yumiko has a 7-turn cooldown on her Dance of Time, which is like her reset. And then Emic has a reset also, but I think my Yumikos are way too fast. And because they're way too fast, he never gets a chance to use his A2, which would reset both of the Yumikos, uh, uh, some of their skills. It would set or reset some of their cooldown time. So I need to like take a closer look at this. But literally, we just had a couple of hours left on Hydra, so I needed to get this done. And I thought, well, as soon as it resets again, I'll be able to play around with it some more. But I better keep this score here. It's not a great um, score, but if I can get it fully auto. Now, look, we're only at turn 54, okay? if I can take this out 1,500 turns, just imagine what we can do. I mean, I'll have to extrapolate, how much we're getting for every 50 turns, and somewhere it looks like about 15 million for 50 turns. So if you, let's see, if you took that out, that would be 150 million for, let's see, yeah, I'll have to get my calculator out and figure this out, but I think that we can get a massive score with this team. Now, not everybody's going to have two Yumekos. I understand that. I got very lucky. But there was no videos out on this team. I didn't see anything on it. I was looking for a video for a double Yumeko team, and I couldn't find anything. Obviously, it's not going to be a popular video because not too many people have two Yumekos. But um, if I can get this thing speed tuned, I think this will be a full auto unkillable team. And here's why. If I can get both of the Yumekos to reset, and if I get their books where their reset abilities are in a reasonable time, then Emic will keep the taunt up. Ultimate Gaelic will keep the burn and the block buffs up so that no matter what, no heads are going to get any, or unless, after they come back to life, they can possibly get some buffs, right? But like for instance, right now, the head on the right, I can't remember its name, but he's got that one protected buff on because we hit him, you know, the maximum number of times, and then he gets that um, thing where he's very powerful. But as long as Emic keeps everybody unkillable, it doesn't matter if everybody has one hit point. And with Archer, she's going to put the 2-turn provoke up every single turn, right? And so, and Inquisitor Shamel is going to rip off any fears that get put upon us. So right about now, I think this is where Inquisitor Shamel. Now I don't also know Inquisitor Shamel has no masteries, so somebody is healing us there, and I am not quite sure who's healing. I think Emic heals when he uses his A2. That's the only reason I can see that Inquisitor Shamel got that little bit of health back there because he was like at one hit point. Now, as soon as Inquisitor Shamel went down, the second Yumeko went down also. And understand, both of those guys, there's no masteries on them. If they had masteries and if they had books, they would have been much better. But I thought, okay, so we're at 80 turns. We got over 20 million damage. This is enough for a max chest from hard, right? So I thought, okay, well, I'll just take the max chest. If it wasn't a max chest, I might have redone it. But because we're already at max chest for hard, I thought, this is fine. For the first time out, my very first time trying this team, I said, I'm pretty happy with it. And if I can get anybody down in the comments, and I'm probably not going to have a lot of people view this, but if I can get anybody out down in the comments to kind of like help me speed tune this thing, like I don't even know where to begin. I'm no Deadwood Jedi, so I don't know how to speed tune things. I'm not quite sure where I would begin to try to calculate that. I mean, it's all random stuff here. Nobody was built to be in this team. But these guys are, besides the one Yumeko, which is in my Doom Tower wave clearing team, I don't really have a use for anybody. Emic is the only purpose I have for Emic is Hydra. So, and I also use Emic in my Doom Tower wave clearing team also for Doom Tower Hard. But anyway, I'm excited about this because I kind of put it together, on my own, and and it worked. Well, it worked to turn 116, right? So, or whatever, whenever it's going to end here, 120 or something like that. But um, let's see if we can figure this out. If at 100 turns times 10 would be 1,000 turns, right? So that would be 200 million, right? And then we still have another 500 turns, so that would be like another 100 million. So we're talking 300 million, right? Well, I guess it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest, but remember, three guys have no masteries whatsoever. So once we get masteries on them, we're going to be doing a lot more damage, and we're going to also be um, um lasting for the entire 1,500 turns. So I was pretty happy, and I'll show you here real quick how bad how bad some of these builds are. Okay, these are not great, and it is interesting that everybody except for Archer is a void affinity. So here we go. So 238 speed, 255 speed, 182 speed. Inquisitor smell pretty slow. Gaelic 251 speed. Archer 250. Inquisitor Schmel one. Yeah, that was 182. And so at any rate, he's pretty slow. But um, how would you go about speed tuning this? Like, should everybody be like 1 point away from each other and then set it in a specific order? And also, I would really like Emic to be able to do his A2. I guess it's not necessary for him to do his A2 as long as the two Yumekos have enough time to reset everybody once they're fully booked. But look, no masteries on Yumeko. Um, I don't believe Archer has any. Yeah, Archer has no masteries yet. I just finished Amic's masteries, and let's see, and Inquisitor Shamel. I don't think I've put any masteries on him. Ultimate Gaelic actually might not have masteries either. So yeah, it's and then books. As far as books go, I mean, I need books and to make this actually work better. So with time, I think we're going to be good. In time, I think I'll be able to make this able to last 1,500 turns. As long as I got that, I would be super happy.